Good morning and welcome to Divine Goddess Tarot. I'm Jessica with your morning message of divine feminine energy and to tap into that beautiful, never-ending source of guidance to assist us in directing our day. So let's go ahead and just get started and get right into it. If you are returning, welcome back. You know you're probably by now getting into tune with what your feminine energy is as well as your masculine. So for those that are new, just a quick rundown. Your feminine energy is your power, your source of creation, your action, and your masculine energy is your focus, your consciousness, your direction. So let's tap into those energies today. Let's see what messages for you to assist you, and then we'll follow up with some tarot to see whose storyline, whoever's going through something who really deserves a message today. Now, I know not all messages resonate with everyone. There might just be a nugget or two for you that will shine some light on your path. So I do encourage you to watch other shows. Oh, there you go. We've got Eileen and Persephone for inexperience and patterns. So we're going to go with those two. They're just popped out. They've got a lot to say today. But I do encourage you to check out other morning or dailies, just because each one has its own message of each goddess. And it's enlightening to see all the facets that we do have when we embody these energies. So I love this so far with patterns and inexperience. And that really speaks to me right now. I'm not going to get too into it until we get to tarot. But patterns are something that are a lot of information for us of what we're doing because of inexperience, we're doing it over and over, or these are the things that show us a guided way to see synchronicities, things like that. So let's see whose energies we're tapping into this morning. And this could be this afternoon or evening for you, depending on when you get this message. So let's see what tarot has to say about this. So we're gonna already popped out the Hermit. He's been showing up quite a lot lately. There we go. We've got the Moon, got the Two of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. There we go, that one. Queen of Swords right in the center. So she's going to help us with the mental aspect. The Chariot. Lots of Cancer energy going on here. Right there. Feeling those. That one. They're sliding. They're just tucking all over the place. This one and this one. All right. So we've got some balance going on with the Two Pentacles. Page of Wands and the Devil energy. So a little bit of Capricorn there. I'm going to clarify the Devil energy just a little bit more. That Two of Cups, so it is lovers. This is a love thing, as well as the Ten of Pentacles and the Star. So we can see that some of you might be just feeling a little bit trapped in a situation, or just some low vibration of energy isn't working. However, with the Star and the Two of Cups, there is offers. So if this is the offer and it's of a low vibration, you get to look at that. That's definitely something that goes along with the goddess Eileen, because patterns are something that I know in my life I felt like for the longest time I was dating the same man over and over in a different package, and that's a pattern. So I had to look within myself to gain knowledge and heal some things and choose differently and work on myself in order to change my result. So Persephone, I love very much. She, even though she is an embodiment of sensuality, everyone starts in a place of inexperience, and so we have to get our feet wet, so to speak. Like, I love the star. She's at the river. She's pouring into. There's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of air, of course, energy with that, with the Aries energy, or excuse me, Aquarius energy, and that's that hope. But it does take getting in relationships and learning and actually doing life in order to gain experience. And then, of course, looking at it, and if it's not producing the results we want, we have to go into looking at our patterns and seeing what isn't working. So I'm definitely seeing those two. I can see all of this. There's some of you are setting off onto this, with the Two of Wands. This is energy that, if we really look at our lives, we can see so many ways in which we can take roads. So there's choices to be made here. And so in order to really know what direction we've got to go within, we've got to look at things, we've got to analyze where we've been, see those patterns, and see those synchronicities, and seeing if what is perhaps an underlying cause of why we're making the choices we are. And choices, and that's where Two of Pentacles comes in. It's a balancing act, and sometimes some of you may be just balancing too many things, maybe too many options, and it's feeling like, well, at any moment this could all come undone. So make sure that you get that harmony with balance in your life, so that you can be moving forward. And let's not talk about the Tower, but no Tower moments, right? So the Tower didn't show up in today's reading. It seems like it's been doing that a lot lately for people. So I like the energy of this reading because we've got the Moon here, which Moon is cycles, and that's another pattern. So with these two beautiful, amazing goddesses, they are, even though our lives are cyclical, there's patterns everywhere. Everything is really a pattern. That's information for us to kind of pinpoint what is working and what isn't working in our lives. And two of these are the Chariot and Two of Wands. These are both kind of, you're about to set out, you're making choices, you're either about to set out on an adventure, and that's what I'm seeing rather than arriving. That this is something new for a lot of you. Knight of Pentacles is that messenger and he's stationary, he's not moving yet. So perhaps with these two energies, it's about, some of you have been reflecting on your lives, going, what's the next step? And this is something tangible in the 3D. However, usually that 5D change in our higher selves makes that change. We make that choice before we take action. And that's a beautiful thing, because once we decide what we want, like I continuously say, the universe conspires with us to make it happen. So I love these two cards together because it's tangible. It's got that really masculine energy of focus going within, and then with the Queen of Swords, executing it, knowing it, taking action with those ideas and goals and intentions, and moving forward. Getting out of this double energy of and sometimes we can feel trapped by our own ideas. So it is all within us. We have the power to make change. We have the power, like the couple here, they can just remove those chains from their neck. And some of this energy could be a toxic codependent relationship. So have a look at that. Are we continuously choosing into relationships that have that codependence underlying energy, that toxicity that deserves to be healed? I want to address that because, we live in a society where red flags are everywhere because we all have them. And so you're going to know what your no's are. You know when you're in a relationship that just is all the wrong, all the no's, and you're trying to make that work. However, when there's a relationship, when you both are going to have stuff that you're bringing to the table that doesn't work. So if you're both, and that's the key word, able to look and be accountable and go, yeah, I do that. Yeah, that's not okay. And what I'm hearing from you, it's not okay. Maybe I'm not even seeing it right now, but I don't want to be a contributing factor to how you feel that way. Maybe I get to read a book or be open enough to ask the questions of how do I heal this? How do I not show up this way? And I love the question, what does it cost to be in a relationship with me? That's something I feel that everyone should ask themselves and really go deep into what that looks like. I do see success here with the 10 of Pentacles, meaning that this is whosever energy I'm tapping into, this abundance in relationship, even in money, and I'm really feeling more of a family, a familial thing, partnership thing, that this is success. So you've just got to do the work. And that's it really, it boils down to everything. And the Page of Wands is that setting off for some of you that are starting off on that new adventure, or stepping into a new idea of change. And so with this, it is successful. It is successful that you're going to get out of this devil energy. And it's all about taking and looking at the patterns, getting experience when there is a lack of experience. And I'm going to read those two next so we can just get their exact words of wisdom through this deck. And let's go ahead and do that. Okay. All right, the alignment message for empowerment message for patterns from Eileen. Have you noticed patterns in your life that lead to positive experiences? Developing positive habits introduces new patterns in the fabric of reality and will support your dreams as they take form in the material world. It takes awareness and discipline to make this happen, but you can do it. It's time to allow experience of new happiness. If you do, the goddess of paths and patterns, Eileen, will show you a new way to your dreams. All manner of miracles are possible. Now is the time to build bridges across any divides with others that have temporarily separated you. Your path is dear. The way will be shown as you make new choices for your life with the goddess known as Ellen of the Ways of your happy guide. Alignment message. Familiar patterns show up when we fall asleep at the wheel of your life and when you expect things to be a certain way out of habit. Whatever conditions are reoccurring for you right now, you are being invited to see them as an opportunity to move beyond the limits of your expected disappointment or habitual behavior. If you do what you have always done, then you can expect the same patterns to continue. So like I said, you're going to get the same result. If you don't want to repeat a lesson or find yourself back in the same path with the same people, the same conditions and results, then you must choose to think, do, and be differently. Ellen of the Ways offers this alignment task. Make a commitment to change your way and choose to allow for new paths to be explored. It is time to take a look at your need to always wonder if the other shoe will drop and how you remain in a familiar territory, although you're not content. Ellen will show you the way out. You just need to want to follow. So I love that because, like I was saying, and there's also tapped into another energy of, well, creating good habits. And that's another topic. But what I love is she goes back into the energy of looking at your patterns, looking at the things that aren't working in your life, and make the changes. You gotta do the work. And then let's do Persephone for inexperience. Let's do that one. Sometimes not knowing is a great gift. Right now, the Greek goddess Persephone invites you to a state of open-hearted learning. Discernment comes with experience. And at this moment, it's okay to admit you don't know or fully understand what is in front of you. Be curious and teachable. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to the unconscious commitments and dangerous alliances. Just as her own naivety caused her to strike a terrible deal with the god of the underworld. That said, every experience has value. No matter what choice you make right now, the consequences will have a lasting effect as you integrate your lessons and travel the road of destiny. The goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price as restitution for what she thought were innocent actions. Today, she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you are doing and pay attention to red flags. Don't take a bite of a forbidden fruit unless you are willing to pay the price. The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about this being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead? If the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, consider the wisdom of waiting. For this is something better. For this or something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for this seduction. It won't be worth the price. And I completely agree with that. Like I said, everyone has red flags. What I do want you to listen to, with also the message with that, is if someone's willing to work on their red flags, that is also an indicator of someone being open and willing enough for change. And of course, they must do it for themselves, but everyone has red flags. I remember a woman said to me one time, everyone's got their dent in the pan. It's figuring out what dents you're willing to live with and what you're both willing to work on individually and together. And so I feel that that is really, really important, because yes, red flags suck, but we all have them. And we are in such a cancel culture at this time, to where that anyone has any next it's swiping left or right or whatever it is, but it's you can tell it's been a while since I had to do apps, but it is that culture where it's as soon as anything happens, anything comes up that's difficult, we are throwing it away rather than addressing it, communicating it, and seeing if it is on both parties that are willing to do the work. Because if the other person is going, oh, I didn't know this, no one's ever told me this, or you know what, I keep getting told this, and there's an awakening for, geez, I probably need to look at this. Maybe do a therapy session. I believe every successful couple in this world should have a therapist that deals with couples therapy on hand, so that if they have a problem that they can't work out, that they can go and speak to someone and get a third party that is going to be kind of just shining that light on some ways to work through those knots of life, of relationships. So books, those it's doing the work. The problem with therapy is that is the mindset of our culture, is that people think that they're going to just go and be told that they're wrong, and nobody wants to be told that they're wrong. So that can be a little bit hard, especially if someone has had a bad experience with therapy. So make sure, talk to friends, people that you know, go online and find a good couples therapist, someone that is recommended. And of course, books. Books are huge. The Gottsman Institute, John Gottsman, he's been around for 40 years, an amazing and valuable resource. If you can find a therapist that has been Gottsman trained, I highly recommend seeking that out. It's amazing. So these are some of the tools that have worked for me, and what I'm hearing that some of you deserve to have, some light on perhaps something that will work for you. So the goddesses, I thank them today, and I thank you for joining me. Please thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for your message from the goddess herself. We'll see you then.